Good afternoon to everyone, or should I even say good evening to some people. We have participants from more than 23 countries with us today. I would like to welcome each and every one of you. Thank you very much for joining. And I hope we can take you through a very good session today, and then we will take it from there. My name is Vivek Ram. I head the channel relations at Sobha Realty Dubai. And I also want to introduce my partner today who would be taking us through the presentation with us, Mr. Akram.
Hello, everyone. My name is Akram. I'm heading the communications of Sobha Realty. So I would love to join my colleague Vivek on this amazing webinar. We would like to welcome you all to today's webinar and are looking forward to an insightful session where we discuss Sobha's response and offering during the COVID-19 crisis, as well as the current outlook and trends in Dubai's real estate sector. So I would like to begin by giving you a brief introduction about Sobha Realty. We are an international luxury developer committed to redefining the art of living through sustainable communities. Our history goes back to 1976, when our founder and chairman, Mr. PNC Mem, established an interior decoration firm in Oman. Over the years, he developed a reputation of quality and design excellence, and his unique vision drove the expansion of the business in 2003 to Dubai. With a 40-year tradition of developing world-class properties, Sobha Realty was established with the purpose of fulfilling this unique design philosophy and creating thriving communities. And being the foremost backward integrated real estate company, we have complete control of our product from design to delivery and timeline. In this webinar, we will cover a number of topics such as outlook and trends of Dubai real estate sector, Sobha Realty response to the pandemic, operational trends, and general industry topics. Once again, we thank everyone for joining us today and look forward to a successful session. Vivek, it's over to you now.
Hi, thank you very much, Akram. To take us through to the next big thing, which is obviously on everyone's mind, COVID-19, of course, everyone's talking about it. It's there with everyone. It's not just the elephant in the room, it's the elephant which is in your room today. And it's something which we have to deal with. The idea of this presentation today is also to take you through how we see you can deal with this and how we see our businesses can come back on track. Because at the end of the day, this is something which we have to, accept. This is something which is part and parcel of our society today. And it is something where the impact has been extremely huge. But no doubt, as a civilization, as humanity, we will come over this, and that is for sure. Just today, I was just seeing a few inspirational messages about how Japan came out of World War II to become one of the most successful nations in the world. This is something which together as humanity, like I said, we will definitely be able to come through with this. The kind of recovery which is expected, across industries, across the world, and just keep in mind, the reason I'm showing this to you is, as the majority of you are from the real estate background today, it would help you to understand where we stand versus all the other industries. Now, needless to say, of course, consumer products are going to be coming back on track very soon. And in fact, I think that's the one thing which is selling in the market today, maybe out of fear of the pandemic. And you'd be surprised. I know a lot of you have been discussing with me as well, one-on-one, that real estate might take a back seat. People would not be wanting to be back on track. But the real fact of the matter is, real estate is the next thing which would come back on track the fastest. We don't even have to be surprised in this. This is something which theorists have actually been, speculating since the 1800s. Of course, I'm sure everyone here knows Maslow's hierarchy. And just an FYI, real estate is actually the second tier there. So it's something which people would be associating a lot of importance to in their own livelihoods. And that is where the confidence level for everybody in real estate would be back on track very, very soon. And that's why we see a good recovery in the next few months to be happening. Aviation and tourism, of course, they would take a little more time for people to come back, for the simple reason that there's a lot of luxury associated, you could say, with the tourism sector itself. Aviation, of course, is a lot of bread and butter for a lot of people, but these avenues will be coming back on track as the year progresses. But real estate, we are definitely looking forward to a recovery much before that. And of course, as we move along now, the title of our webinar, As the World Changes, We Adapt. I would like to start off with a quote by Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent ones. It is the one that are most adaptable to change. It's a very, very valid quote for what we have here. There's a constant change which is happening for everyone. There's a constant change in everything which we are doing. There is a change which is happening worldwide because of this pandemic. And it is up to us to figure out what we need to do to make sure that we're taking all the corrective actions necessary to ensure we're moving in the right direction. Strategic planning is more important now than ever before. I would like to show you two approaches. This is something which a professor in one of the top management institutes in India had come up with. There are two types of ways, which we can look at it. Of course, this is something which each of us would automatically understand, but there are two approaches in everything which we look at. All right. You have the traditional approach and the new approach, which we need to see. From the present, we move on to the future, which is as per the path which we are moving on right now. We have to envisage multiple paths in order to make sure that the trajectory is perfect for us. If we are sure that we are able to, make sure all of these paths are formulated and taken care of, we would be able to strategize and plan for each one of these future scenarios. This is something which is important for each of us to realize, so that we can, in our own capacities, be it in our personal life or be it in our professional life, able to work out planning for each one of these scenarios, because we are not sure which scenario is the one which would be working out in the future. Planning needs to happen completely. All right. How do we create best out of a bad situation? Which is, what is there in a lot of people's minds today. These are the 5 R's which has been formulated. How do we come across the 5 in a stepwise fashion? First, resolve. We need to ensure that, all the challenges which are being presented to us today, to our organization, to our workforce, to our customers, those immediate challenges are taken care of. The next thing is to make sure that all our cash management issues are taken care of, resilience, because we need to make sure we're strong for the market the next day. What is the return? How do we make sure that we are back on track in the market immediately? How do we make sure that our businesses scale back quickly once we realize where this virus is going to be heading towards? Next, reimagine. Reimagine builds up on the previous point which I mentioned to you about envisaging future scenarios, about planning for that. It is so that we are aware how we would be acting in every single situation which comes up, because we're not sure what turn this virus is suddenly going to take. It could be a situation where tomorrow some new problem crops up and for which we have to deal with it, maybe a new strain of the virus. We have to plan for each and every single scenario so that our businesses are least affected by it. Okay. Finally, reform. We have to be constantly aware of the regulatory and competitive environment for the various industries, the policies which the government is putting up, the worldwide policies which are affecting our own industries. And these are 5 R's which we can apply to in a very generic fashion across all industries, not necessarily just real estate or construction, but anywhere and everyone. I'm not sure if a lot of you all know, but one of the initial thought processes when Facebook was becoming very popular was that one person can be easily linked to another person by just connecting to a person 1 who would know person 2 who would know the 6th person. So basically just 6 degrees of separation would basically connect me to somebody else. Today the world has become so interconnected that 6 is actually dropped down to 3, and it would just take you 3 connections one after the other to get us connected to the people we want. And why is this important today in this hyper-connected world? It's important to realize that we can easily connect to multiple people out there. We're not just limited because we're sitting at homes or because our businesses are affected or because there's a shutdown in any city or place. We can easily connect to whoever we want to. And that's how we get back on track. That's how we make sure we are adapting to the world as it is today. Going back to the basics, we make sure that we work on our strengths and we focus only on what we see as the best place to get back to our generating leads, pushing those leads for our usual site visits. If site visits are not possible, we're going to show you some solutions which Sobha is employing and which is working successfully for us, about what's working and how we can actually be reaching out to the market. So these are the things which are helping us. All right, so going back to the basics and making sure your fundamentals are strong is what is best today. Minutest details on the product, knowing those minutest details in the product, what are something which is going to help each and every one of us as brokers, as real estate agents, as salespeople. If we know our product well, we will be able to sell in a very, very efficient fashion. Quality. It's again linked to the fundamentals which I was referring to. Giving our earnest in everything which we are going for. As brokers and as channel partners, a lot of the information which you give out is going to be extremely important for the person which you're talking to, whom you're talking to. And that's the reason I brought this point out as well. As much as for the builder, it's very, very important. And especially in the case of Sobha, where we are able to sell our quality to each and every single client we speak to. And this is something which is replete in any conversation which we have. And people are confident on this point. And that's the reason it's actually helping us today as well, where, you know, the industry and the people know, the clients we're selling to know that our quality is top notch. So in the same way, the qualitative aspect of anything which you are speaking to your clients is extremely important. Very, very important line I heard a few days back only, in fact. It's the end of the industrial age and start of the information age. Ensure that your information which is there with you is complete. The more information which you have, the better, because at the end of the day, we will be ensuring from our side, we will be empowering you completely. Again, we will be sharing that in more details in the next few slides about what exactly we have. But it's extremely important for us to realize this. And this information is what will add value to you in each and every one of your conversations. And so please focus on this part of it as well. These are our selling points. These are the things which work for us. These are the things which matter to the clients which we are talking to. It's still mattering today. In these last few weeks, the clients which you're talking to, we're able to still convince them on these same very points. And this is what is important and making a difference to people. And this is something which we have to offer. We're focusing on this. Like I said, we're focusing on our strengths because we feel that's what's important. To summarize on the adaptable nature of what each one of us has to make sure we're going for, business continuity planning is the most important thing. Whether we're running a small business, whether we're running a business of 2 people, 3 people, or 150 people, or 15,000 people, the planning part is extremely important. So in case you haven't done it, pick up your notebook, open your laptop and start that planning process, figuring out with who's going to be working, what is each of them going to be doing, how are they going to be contributing, and more importantly, how are they going to be adding value to your business as it is. So I've covered the adaptability part, which I wanted to, and I want to focus on the next point, which is the market sentiment, which prevails today, and why that market sentiment is important with respect to the Dubai market. I'm sure everyone has been seeing these articles in the last few months. And why these articles are actually very, very important is because of the fact that Dubai gives a lot of importance to the real estate sector. That importance is that importance which comes from the government in terms of the policies. So I had mentioned a point to you earlier about making sure that you're clear on the policies which you have, which the government is having, right? So basically, it's because of those policies which are there in place, the push which is, then the support which is there from the government. Real estate sector is also something which constantly is on the positive rise in Dubai. And therefore, it's very, very important to keep a note of this. And the kind of support which Dubai gets from the government is something which helps every one of us, each and every one of us. So it's an extremely important market for Dubai. And I think that is also what plays a very positive role for us as developers and for you as brokers. Before I hand it over to Akram, I just wanted to take you through a few points on brands that went through a recession and bounced back. Why I want to show you this is so that each one of you would understand what they went through. So Ralph Lauren, Amazon, Lego, they all went through troubled times during the recession. And these are all the companies which went through the recession in 2008. So just to highlight a few, 28% profit in Amazon in 2010 when everybody else was going bust by launching new products. Citibank, because it had actually envisaged the downfall in 2008 and 9, they were able to actually do the planning for it, which is again a point which I was emphasizing some time earlier. Lego, in fact, Lego was not able to sell in the US. They actually moved to other markets outside of the US at that point of time in an expansion plan to get things moving. Each one of these brands has its own unique story and story to tell, which I think have added great value to their legacies as such. Each one of them has done something different in order to make sure that they are able to manage by changing their processes, by innovating, by coming up with new products. Apple has been constantly adapting. So when they were about to have a new launch recently, so they've actually stopped it and said that they would innovate further and come out with a better product in some time. So people are still waiting for that product to come and not purchasing their phone even if they needed one. Toyota, P&G, and Botim. So each one of these brands is constantly undergoing a change. And these are the businesses I'm talking about with respect to the current times and the current situation. So each one of these is going through their own level of difficulties and process change, but they're able to adapt and come out of it. Now, in our invite, we covered 4 main questions, and I will now be taking you through these 4 questions, which are here. All right. Will the delay of Expo 2020 make a difference to our industry, to a real estate purchase decision? It will not, according to us, and majorly for the following reasons. So our target group is mainly tourists and not only locals or investors. Now, some of you might stand up and say this is a problem because of the Expo. But we're missing one point as well. The local population would be very happy to invest before the Expo boom, for the simple reason that they would be expecting a very good a price hike by that point of time. Now, we are looking at Expo coming next year, 2021 in October. So by that point of time, we were looking at a good price hike, and there'll be a lot of buildup which will be happening because of Expo, which is going to help each and every one of us, right? So Expo is still there; it's still part of the works. One way in which a lot of people in the industry are also looking at this, it's something which has happened maybe at a bad time, but it's still a good thing which has happened. It gives each and every one of us more time to move things in the right direction. It's not a bad thing that Expo 2020 has moved. It's still a very, very good thing. And it's a sign of things also for us to get back on track, make sure that things are fine, getting sales more in order. All right. Should one invest in today's real estate market? Very, very important question for a lot of people. And, and I think this comes as a question to us. One way when we were looking at these questions was, are these the kind of questions which clients are asking you as brokers? Yes, I think it is this. These are the kind of questions which you are receiving. And that's the reason we wanted to, bring it out here. It's actually a very good time to invest. I was just seeing an article today on Warren Buffett. And why is it that he always makes money in a bear market? He makes money in a bear market because nobody else is buying. He's the only one buying, right? So that's the kind of, it's that kind of logic which gets the ball rolling. That's the kind of logic which we have to take back to all our customers as well, that, it looks like nobody's buying, but there are the right set of investors, there are the right set of people who are actually making those purchases because they know that what all is at stake. And real estate as an asset is a class which I think each one of us wants to have in our own way. And the Dubai market is an extremely attractive place for people on this regard. So investment stakes are down when the prices are attractive. And it's at this point of time as well, of course, they'll have more time to do research and analysis. But I think this is the perfect time for people to be putting their money in real estate. How can technology help to sell better? So again, these are avenues which we are also using to help us as an organization, making sure that brochures, making sure that all your online cloud avenues are accessible for everybody, videos to give people as real an experience as possible, using VR software to further enhance the experience. It is what is the game changer and what is making the difference for a lot of people today with respect to sales. Having an online payment gateway. Now, a lot of people have done this. We have also taken advantage of every avenue which is there, and we are going to be showcasing to you how it's helping us as an organization. So I would now like to hand over the screen to Akram. He would be taking us through the Sobha solution, as we like to call it, and then I leave the rest to him to take it up.
Thank you, Vivek. As you know, over the past few weeks, we have a disruption of normalcy in our lives and in the operations of business across the globe. So we are all aware of the situation now and are undertaking several measures to ensure business continuity and to fulfill our promise as a brand. From online consultation to virtual reality tours of our properties, we are committed to putting all the resources available on hand to the best use and share our knowledge and insight with you. So we start by the digital brochures. So it's an amazing tool here. So the digital brochure, it's available on our website now. So you can go to this document and you can see all products inside this brochure, and you can share it easily with your clients and the customers. So it's available on the website. So you just need to click on it, open the products folders, and you can check whatever you want. And we created the walkthrough video. So this walkthrough video, it's a great tool. So we can show our customers all our product aspects. As you see here, we can show them the location, destinations, and all the USPs of our products. And clients and customers can visit our sales gallery easily through this video, and they can show them all the products, and including villas, apartments.
Hi, I am Suraj Pui, and today I'm going to take you through what Sobha Realty and Sobha Heartland is all about. So sit tight, grab a cup of coffee, because you are going to love what I'm about to show you next. We are now inside our state-of-the-art sales gallery, and this highlighted location on the map is our flagship project, Sobha Heartland, which is located in the heart of Mohammed bin Rashid City. Sobha Heartland is a waterfront community that enjoys the extension of Dubai Canal, and on the other side we have beautiful views of the Dubai Creek, the Russell Cove Wildlife Sanctuary, and it also offers you uninterrupted views of the downtown skyline.
On a small note, please, that specific video was created in order to replace the customer visit to the sales gallery. Since no one can really make it to the sales gallery right now, this video is like a solution for customers to actually have a real sales representative explain about the project on site through our sales gallery, taking them to the location map, and of course also explaining the project and the different projects and products on the master plan in the sales gallery.
So here we move to the virtual reality. You know, virtual reality is an amazing tool which will allow your customers to go through and see the actual products as there are actually in our show apartments or villa. So they can see specific details about our products like space, quality, and design. So this virtual reality here, they can see the entire villa as you see. So they can choose any room they want to visit, and they can see the overview of the villa itself. So this slide here, it shows the measures of and the dimension of the rooms inside the villas, like the spaces. So they can just click on the spot light and they can measure the dimension easily.
Also, just to add here as well, the best part about this is basically the customer can choose whatever room within the villa and checks 2 points and can learn the exact dimension of each room. That will actually give them more information on the spacious options that we have for each of our products.
And in this slide, this application, it shows the floor you want to focus on. And as you see here, you can see the heights of each floor, and you see the heights here of the first floor. This is the living room here. It shows the full height of the floor. And here it gives you a real feeling as if you're visiting the villa in reality. As you see, you can see like the garden, the pool, the outdoor area, and same inside the villa. You can go inside the villa and check each room, and as if you're visiting the real villa. Digital product catalog. We created here a marketing assets folder. It's on the Google shared drive. It's available in different languages: English, Arabic, Chinese, Russian. So if you choose, let's say, the English assets folder, it includes all products, details. As you see, Creek Vistas, One Park Avenue, garden houses, and all other products. And if you click any document or folder of this product, it shows you the product details, like product info, brochure, floor plans, visuals, videos. And this folder is always updated by marketing team, and you can access this folder at any point of time. Here it's the book online. So now your customers can book online easily, and they can make the payment easily online. So this is a great tool to make the booking and the payment more easier and flexible.
The main purpose of us creating all of these marketing assets online is to basically help the customer make a decision at their convenience, at their home. They can actually access and view a full VR of a specific product of our either show villa or show apartments in order to see the spaces, the different typologies, the finishing, of course, of our products, again, at their convenience, as well as having the opportunity to go over the brochures and learn more or learn in details about the destination in general and the product USPs.
I think one thing, obviously, which a lot of y'all are thinking is, you know, what is there little different which Sobha is doing, and what's been helping Sobha? And that's the reason we wanted to, you know, put up this point as well. Something which we've been doing so far, and something which is working for us in the market. And for our off-plan products and the 3-year post-handover plan for our ready-to-move-in products. This is something which is working very well for us. It's working wonders, and we're going to be continuing this as well. It's in fact, for the past couple of weeks also, we've had a lot of inquiries on this, so we can continue to take this to the market. We're looking for, you know, the same level of support from you, our channel partners as well. And of course, then the next point comes up: what's in it for our channel partners? And I'm sure a lot of you all know we had a cash on the spot offer, which is something which you know, no other developer had done in recent times, at least, which we had launched in the month of March, and which was valid till the end of Ramadan, where you could earn up to 100,000 by selling a mansion. And what we have done is we have actually extended this until the end of May. We're again looking forward to your support. And of course, in these times, we understand it's difficult to give you physical cash on the spot. But in case a sale happens, we will be giving you, we will be transferring this money to you immediately. The minute we get the 2% amount, which is the booking amount, plus the booking form signed. So the minute that's done, we will ensure we give you this money, and we'll be doing a bank-to-bank transfer for cases where we're not able to give the physical cash. And of course, needless to say, this is over and above your normal brokerage, and this is meant for the individual agent. All right, and I think that's what has really worked. Ever since we launched this, we've actually had tremendous success, and we've actually been giving this to a lot of our brokers. So yes, just wanted to bring this point out and inform everyone about this extension till the 30th of May and how we would be managing the logistics of that extension as well. Now, of course, in a standard presentation, we have a Q&A. We have a Q&A button here as well, and I can see there are already a good number of questions which have come up. And in fact, when we had launched, when we had actually opened out the registration page, which each and every one of you was kind enough to fill, we're actually given an option for giving us questions then and there. And what we've gotten done from our side, since it's difficult to have a virtual Q&A session, which should be enjoyable for both of us, we've actually converted this Q&A into a takeaway document for each and every one of you. We will be, circulating these takeaway documents to all the attendees. So you're very fortunate enough to have, joined this session. And with that, we want to, I'll be handing it over to the marketing team to take us through this. And every, few days, every week or so, we will be launching a new version of this with more questions. And these questions and the answers to these questions will only help you answer your clients. So over to you, Sid and Hadil.
So we've received a lot of questions, I think about 100 and plus over the last week. We thought that we will be, of course, we will be answering all of your questions, but these questions will come to you on a weekly basis. So you'll have like more of a weekly emailer coming from Sobha in order to answer all of the questions. And of course, the additional questions that we're receiving right now through the webinar to make sure that we have our management team and of course, all of the people who are a professional in this industry to answer these questions properly with a lot of thoughts, of course, in order to help you first answer your questions and support you with information, and of course for you to have the right answers for the customers. So this emailer will be received or will be sent by us on a weekly basis with all of the answers for your questions.
I've just shared my connect points in case, and if you want to reach out to me, since we have having connections from across the globe, more than 23 countries have actually registered and come for this webinar. So you can please note down my contact details and reach out to me. I've shared my WeChat QR code as well, and you have my number there. I'm available on WhatsApp on that. Please reach out to me in case you want to take a discussion further and figure out how we can support you, with respect to reaching out to your clients or any presentation which you need to do. And one point to note as well, the solution which we are coming out to you to reach out to you, and this time is a solution which, we wanted to highlight each of you to also use with your clients, because this is definitely helpful and it's extremely interactive and it works.
Okay, thank you, Vivek. So as Vivek rightly said, that these are some of the solutions that you all can yourself use to sell to clients. What we also would like to do in a brief time here is to take you all through Sobha Heartland, just a refresher so that everyone is on board of what is currently happening at Sobha Heartland. And this is where Sobha Heartland is in Dubai, which is called MBR City. As you can see, it is just stone throws away from downtown Dubai, which is Burj Khalifa. And this is called as the next center of Dubai for exactly the reason that the things that are happening in this area, which is the Maidan One Mall, the race course, the extension of the Dubai Canal. So this is going to be the next epicenter of Dubai, and we are right in the heart of it. To take you all through what has been updated at Sobha Heartland, this is something that we had released in early Jan 2020, but I'm not sure if everyone of you all have seen it. So this is going to be a refresher of where Sobha Heartland is as of today. is that this was the construction update as of December, and this is one of the best selling products of ours, which is Creek Vistas. This, as of today, as of April, has already reached its 28 stories. So if you see, it's currently at 6 or 7 stories, and within 3 months we have completed all the floors of the building. So yes, some of the visuals are as of December, but we are still going strong as far as construction is concerned. This really is an exciting time for all of us, in fact, mainly because, as you can see in the video, most of our projects are ready to move in. And during these times when we have a physical product to show, we still wanted to go beyond and make a VR and make a walkthrough video and make a digital version of our product, because of the reason that people cannot visit today. And you will be amazed. I mean, I'm sure all of you all have visited Sobha Heartland, but you all will be amazed of how there is little or no difference between a VR and the actual product, which is what is our USP, right? We show what we sell. So that's going to be really helpful for all of us in these times. Coming to Heartland Apartments, this is how the apartments are spread across Sobha Heartland. You obviously have Greens, which is the ready to move in product. You have One Park Avenue in blue, and you have the Creek Vista family on the other side near to the Alkhail Road. Quickly going through One Park Avenue, 1, 2, 3, and 4 bed apartments, starting from 1.03 million, 24-story towered, and one of the only buildings in Dubai which has a sky garden on the 10th, 13th, and 17th floor, which is a huge deal, as is what we think. Greens, ready to move in. You still have studios in this apartment, probably the only studios in Sobha Heartland that are available, which are ready to move in. And of course, you have the only duplexes in Sobha Heartland which are available. So if you, I mean, I'm sure you all have seen it, but if you all do get a chance, do visit Sobha Heartland to see the duplexes. They are something out of the world. Just as you see on the top 2 floors, the 7th and 8th floor, are the duplexes, which are amazing. And the starting price is 822,000. You obviously have Creek Vistas, which has very, very limited inventory of 1 and 2 beds left as we speak today. And you have the next version of Creek Vistas, which is Creek Vistas Reserve, where again you have the 1 and 2 bed residences starting from 835,000 with unobstructed views across Dubai. Coming to estates, we have obviously the Forest Villas and Gardenia Villas, both which are ready to move in, and the garden houses which are also ready to move in. And you have the bespoke canal villas across the Dubai Canal front. So Forest Villas, the 4 and 5 bedroom luxury villas, which span across 6,000 to 9,000 square feet. And they are a masterpiece in itself, which is the flagship product of Sobha Heartland. We have Gardenia Villas, which are the only villas which have a terrace access inside Sobha Heartland. So it's a villa with a view is what we position it as, because you can actually go to the terrace and have a downtown view to yourself. So these are 4 bed luxury villas. You have garden houses, which are the London inspired row houses, which are G+2. So there are townhouses in Dubai which are G+1, but we are proud to say that our garden houses, which are similar to townhouses, are G+2 with 4 bedrooms, and all the 4 beds are master beds. So this is something very unique in the product that we have here. And you obviously have the bespoke waterfront canal villas, where you can actually just buy the plot of land and make a villa as per your design, as per your specifications, obviously under the guidelines of Sobha. But you have that option, and you also have an option to have Sobha construct the villa for you, because we are known for the quality construction that we follow in each and every product of ours. You'll be surprised that many people choose us to make the product, which is a very good thing when we want to construct and make Sobha Heartland a complete family of similar construction and similar quality.
I think it's very important to highlight that Sobha Heartland is one of the very few projects within the heart of Dubai where you can have 2 different experiences, which is the forest, the serenity type of experience, and the waterfront. Obviously, it overlooks the Dubai Water Canal, so it also have that waterfront experience. All of the information is based on research. Most of the answers that we have basically listed in the presentation is based on a very extensive research that we've done.
All right, thank you very much, Sid, Hadil, Akram. Thanks very much to the management of Sobha for supporting us through this. Thank you very much for attending. We will be, getting back to you with our takeaway document for everyone who has attended the event very shortly. Thank you once again, and looking forward to connecting with each and every one of you and taking it up. Thank you so much.